Another twist on Friday in the incredibly bizarre saga around Susie Wolff, her husband Toto, and the FIA investigation into them, the short-lived investigation as it turned out. Now, for a quick timeline on this, for anybody who's not been following it, on Tuesday, the FIA said their Compliance and Ethics Committee were looking into allegations of a conflict of interest. Now, there was a report in F1 Business by an author called Tom Rubython, which suggested that there had been a complaint made to the FIA, which is the governing body of motor racing, about the fact that Toto Wolff, who's the head of Mercedes, and Susie Wolff, the head of the F1 Academy, who reports directly to Stefano Domenicali, and specifically around something that Toto Wolff had said at a meeting. Now, this is all alleged in this article, that other bosses felt, or at least one other boss felt, had to have come from an F1 source, and so therefore there's questions about what those two are discussing, behind closed doors. Now, remarkable set of circumstances in the week that's followed. So for a quick rundown of that, Susie Wolff and Mercedes on behalf of Toto Wolff released statements completely denying that. All 9 other teams, in something that's almost unprecedented in Formula One, sent out the same press release saying, we have nothing to do with this and we didn't make that statement. Now, behind closed doors, the FIA, their messaging was, we would never have investigated this on the basis of a single article. There would have had to have been a serious complaint behind this. Now, when all those 9 teams came out and said they distanced themselves from it, the FIA then came out and said there's no investigation currently ongoing. All investigations have stopped, suggesting that within 24 or 48 hours they had done all the due diligence they needed. So huge questions about what they actually did there. Susie Wolff has come out on Friday with an incredibly strongly worded statement, and the first line of that is very, very fair. She said when she saw the FIA say that they had finished the investigation, she said, is that it? And that is a very, very fair response to have. Her name has been dragged through the mud here, both in the media and just in general, in the Formula One paddock, and the insinuation that she has been passing on information to her husband, or that information has been going back and forth between them that it shouldn't have been. And for the FIA to have dropped this now suddenly means all the questions are with them. What was the basis of that investigation? Was it just the F1 Business article? Was there something bigger behind this? Is there, as Susie Wolff suggested in her statement, is there a much wider agenda here that the effort that prompted this FIA investigation? Was this something the FIA used to launch a much, much deeper investigation into? You can only imagine with Susie Wolff in her position as boss of the F1 Academy and Toto Wolff, head of Mercedes, there could be all kinds of things that that you could look at and say, well, maybe there's some underlying things behind that. So the FIA now in a really, really tricky position because their handling of it has been shambolic. Mohammed Ben Sulayem, the president of the governing body, is at the FIA press gala, which amazingly is happening today. So this has all happened in the days leading up to the prize-giving gala where Max Verstappen will get his World Championship trophy. As it stands, Ben Sulayem is not speaking to the media to address this. So that seems like a huge opportunity for him to just get in front of this and to clarify. And I think that the longer he doesn't, the bigger this is going to get and the longer this is going to run on for, because clearly Susie Wolff, understandably, is apoplectic about how this has gone down. Same with Toto Wolff. It's one thing to criticize rivals in racing about a performance on track, but to question somebody's integrity, that's a whole other step beyond anything that we usually see over the course of a season. So the FIA now under huge pressure to address this properly. And if they don't, then you can expect to read a lot more about this in the coming weeks, because I don't think that F1, I don't think Susie Wolff, and I don't think Toto Wolff are going to lie down and let people forget about it quickly.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.